What's good, winners? Welcome back to this channel. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you're notified every single time that I upload, which is often, by the way. Today's lipstick that I am wearing, well, I'm using MAC's lip liner in the color Night Moth, and then I'm using NYX liquid matte lip cream in the color Abu Dhabi, and it's giving this sensational kind of ombre look that I'm really loving. Today's video was inspired by a comment that I received maybe about 2 days ago, and I can't remember under what video that I got it on. So I'm filming this video on the 15th of October, and I received the comment with love. I don't personally think there's any need for me to screenshot it, but essentially the person was like, Winnie, I hope that you are not sitting under a hairdryer or using a blow dryer under any circumstances, because it's not needed. And the person basically went on to say that they've also sat in Yanni the locologist's chair, meaning that Yanni has previously done their hair. And I found that comment very interesting, and I also responded to what I believe I responded with love, to which I basically said, to each their own. So one thing that in general I've noticed about the natural hair community, maybe it's in general life, but specifically the natural hair community, I feel that a lot of people think that there's only one way to do things, and if they don't do something and it works well for them, or if they do something and it works well for them, then they almost think that it should be the same for everyone else. And sweetheart, that's not how life goes. For the most part, I'm the type of person that I do what works best for me. I may try things out, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. And I would like to think that I also allow people to do what works best for them. There are many things that, generally speaking, in the Loc community, people frown upon and say, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this. But then there are people doing it, and it works amazingly well for them. For example, a lot of people in the Loc community keep saying, don't use beeswax or wax or something in your hair, and I've seen countless of people with locks that even look much healthier than mine, people that have locked up for much longer than I, and they swear by it and they use it, and they don't appear to have any build up, and it works best for them. But many people will be on this platform and tell you that you shouldn't be using that. So anyway, I say all of that just to say that comment inspired me to make this video. So before I continue, I'm just gonna say, if you do blow dry your hair or use some form of heat, or even if you don't, please drop a comment below and basically say like what you do or what you don't, and how you found it, why you do it or why you don't. No matter the comment, no matter what you do, can we please keep it respectful in the comments? Because if I see any disrespectful vibes, I will not feel any type of way to delete the comment and potentially block you. So without further ado, I'm going to go into the 3 reasons as to why I blow dry my hair, and I've got my notepad here. So my first point is, I've been doing it for as long as I can remember. Since when I was a child, my hair would get blow dried. For the most part, I've always had long hair. From when I was a kid, from when I had my hair relaxed, I've always had long hair, or I've always had hair that grows quickly, and for the most part, hair that is healthy, right? And obviously before applying any form of heat, you do the whole usual of, you know, heat protection and whatnot. And not only that, but when I do blow dry my hair, it's not like I wash my hair every week, because if those of you that have been following my channel would know, once upon a time I used to wash my hair probably once every 2 to 3 weeks, and now I kind of stretch out and go a little bit longer with my washes, because of the fact that I want my roots to be much more healthier, and early on this summer my hair was thinning out. So that means on average I am not using heat that much for it to potentially be damaging to me, in my opinion, anyway. My second point is, I have a lot of locks, and not only that, but I live in a colder climate, right? Years ago, actually this is multiple points in one, but we'll call it number 2. Years ago, I actually listened to other people's opinions on this, and I discovered that my locks were molding, okay? So I'm gonna break down a lot of, you know, parts to this point number 2. I have a lot of locks. At the moment, for the most part, a lot of my locks are touching the top of my bum. I live in the UK. The UK is not a hot climate, right? If I was to wash my hair and try to air dry it, I promise you, it will probably take a week for it to fully dry. And I'll be walking around with damp smelling locks, which to me is not cool. And I'm not about to do that just because other people may feel that that's what I should be doing. Now, years ago when my locks were much shorter, a lot of people were banging on about, you shouldn't blow dry your hair, it's bad for your hair, it damages your hair, blah, 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 etc. And what did I do? I actually listened. And what happened, you know what? I think I may have filmed the video. If I do find it, I will link it up here. But what happened was, I eventually cut my locks into a short bob. And I kid you not, when I cut my locks, yes, I think I cut it myself, I got my brother to do it, there was mold in the middle of the locks. Because obviously I'm washing my hair is not drying, I'm going about my business, I'm then adding like oils or whatever. What the hell do you think is gonna happen? Do you know what I mean? So for me, it doesn't work. And I don't want to have moldy locks. You know, some people air dry their locks and they don't experience mold for whatever reason that may be. Maybe they've got a technique that works best for them. Maybe they're living in a hot climate or whatever it may be. But the thing is, my old school people that have been following me for a while, there was a time when I was living in Ghana for about 6-7 months. Even in that heat where sometimes it can get as hot as like 35 degrees, I would still blow dry my hair for about 5-10 minutes and then obviously walk out in the sun and let the sun do its thing. My third point, which I've basically more or less said towards the start of this video, is it's my choice. To put it bluntly, it is my choice. I believe that different things work for different people. Some folks air dry their hair and it works for them. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me and it's not compatible with my lifestyle. I do prefer to blow dry it for at least a short while, and then, if possible, depending on the weather, I allow for it to air dry. Or, for example, if I'm going to the Locs salon to get my hair retwisted, I don't feel any type of way to sit under the hairdryer for it to dry to at least a point that I think is reasonable. I'm not really a fan, like I said. I think the natural hair community keep having this thing of you have locks, so you should be a certain way, you shouldn't be doing it. Yes, there are some things that generally speaking, if you don't do it, it's probably healthier for your locks. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a part of me that does actually feel that if you don't use artificial heat on your hair, it probably is a much healthier alternative. Like, I am not an expert in hair, I haven't studied hair or whatever it may be. So while I do think that it probably is a more healthier approach to natural hair, etc., I'm just at a place in life where I can just acknowledge that it doesn't work for me. Do you know what I mean? The same ways there are people out there that swear by the facts that they use no oils in their locks and their locks flourishes. I've tried that. It doesn't work for me. I need oils in my hair for my hair and my scalp to function correctly. It's the same way as I've seen people watch, I can't remember what video it was, but I've received comments from people saying that they've used the exact same rose water that I keep suggesting that people try out, which is the Heritage Store rose water, and it's completely dried out their hair. They've tried that, it dried out their hair, it's sensational for mine. Different things work for different people, and I'm just not a fan of people assuming that because somebody said X, Y, and Z, that's just gospel, you too shouldn't do it. That's not how I operate. And for the most part, as y'all can see, my hair is flourishing. Obviously, there was some issues that I had probably due to stress in July times when it was thinning. I am going to be getting a retwist next week from when I'm filming this video, and that is going to be my last retwist of 2022, and then I'm going to basically leave my locks alone, and max that I want to get it retwisted is up to 3 times next year. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts? How do you feel? Do you blow dry your hair? Don't you blow dry your hair? What are your reasons? What are your experiences? Let's get to gisting, and also feel free to suggest different videos and topics that you want to see me do. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until my next one, take care, be good.